What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk on the several reasons why SoFi is a crazy buying opportunity right now, especially with Q2 numbers locked in. I'm going to be talking about all of that and what that means for us as investors. Before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, I do daily videos on trending stocks, crypto, I do it all. So make sure you do subscribe. But getting right to it though, there's several different things I want to talk about. So especially in the next couple of weeks, we do have that shareholder meeting on July the 12th. That's going to be a fairly big thing that a lot of investors really need to watch for. There's going to be a lot of hot topics that could cause a lot of fluctuation in the price. But in this video, I don't necessarily want to talk about that. I want to talk about their Q2 earnings. Like I said, especially with Q2 numbers now locked in, we are going to be really watching for their upcoming earnings, which tentatively is on August the 11th. Obviously, right now, we don't know the date until they confirm it. But give or take, it's going to be around here most likely. Especially as well, there's going to be a lot of positive things, one of which is the web traffic. We've really been watching that, and the web traffic has been going up considerably, insinuating that the users and customers are going up. And in reality, I've always said that this is a very big deal, especially if this web traffic does associate and is actually very much true. Then hopefully the customers will increase, which again will go back to revenue, meaning we will have a great earnings. My own 2 cents. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But mere fact is that we are very, very much oversold is one crazy, very good reason why you need to buy in, and especially if you have a long-term time horizon. Right now, it is a very volatile time for SoFi because it's not an easy task to be such a disruptive company in one of the oldest sectors. So SoFi is going to have a lot of volatility in its future, but keep in mind, if you are having a long-term investment and time horizon, this is just short-term noise. But still, this is a great time to buy in because of the mere fact that most likely even 5 years from now, we're going to be at least 10x from here. My own 2 cents, like I said. But given the fact that we cannot ignore the huge institutional purchasing that's been happening behind the scenes over the last several weeks, insinuating that they are really interested in SoFi, despite it going down as much as we are, because there's been a lot of manipulation. I'm going to touch on that as well. But looking right here as well, the number of longs for institutions have been getting in. Clearly right here as well, the risk tolerance for a lot of institutions, despite the huge fear about recessions, has been getting a little bit more increasing. So even reading right here, it looks like more junk bonds are being kind of put in portfolios. So insinuating that the risk tolerance is going up, and more specifically, even JP Morgan recently has been really trying to increase their risk tolerance, which you don't generally do that on a brink of a recession. So this is why I feel is a great time to buy in, because of the amount of fear out there about a recession. Because a lot of stocks such as SoFi have been getting hit extremely hard with that recession talk. But especially if it doesn't ever amount to anything, then you are able to buy SoFi at a substantial discount. I just want to quickly go back to Fintel and show you this, because looking here, so right now it is ETF season for ETFs to disclose their positions, but look at their average share price. I'm just going to quickly scroll down so you can just generally see the consensus of why I feel is a great buying opportunity. So looking here, a lot of institutions have 16, 14, 16, like they are all typically in the high teens. That is where their average is, which again is when they had their charter news. I've always said this, every time I covered SoFi, you need to really watch what institutions are covering and what their average is, because most of them have, like I said, the mid to high teens, insinuating SoFi was a substantial buying opportunity at those levels. So imagine us now at $5. That's my own 2 cents as well. So this is why I like to piece all together a lot of information. So like I said, we do and should have a fairly good earnings, especially from the shareholder meeting upcoming on the 12th as well. Should in theory get a lot of the negative things about SoFi out in the open and address them and handle them. So they'll be very positive to see how that turns out. But like I said, I personally see with a continuation of buying from institutions that you're going to see some shorts close out some of their positions. And just want to give you a quick update on this right now, or more specifically on Friday, it did close out 0.83%, which works out to be 3.5 million shares being returned. Short interest is 18.75. So overall, $724 million worth of shorts out there. So I feel right now that can go down significantly to even below 10%, which again would be a huge bump in the price. And right now though, I just want to quickly pop over to Interactive Brokers. I've been really watching them over the last little bit, but looking here, you can see even technically they do have SoFi as one of the top 5 stocks to buy in July. That's a very big deal if you ask me. I'm not necessarily going to go through that. A couple points I want to go over. So on the 30th, there was a new analyst rating. And if you do like interactive brokers, just like a lot of good information, click on the link in the description below and just play around. It has a lot of good information. So you can see right here, Anonymous Research put a $6 price target, and that was on the 30th. On the 29th, we had a Piper Sandler reiterated price target overweight at $8. So overall, a lot of good things, and that is more specifically just recently because of the fact that we're at a substantial discount. And you can see right here, especially close to the Q1 earnings, there was a lot of institutions really watching SoFi and asking a lot of questions. And I've covered a lot of stocks and kind of participated in earnings quite frequently, but SoFi's one was very, very different, and I found that very interesting. Literally, the questions coming from analysts did not stop, and that hands down is amazing to hear. Just again, like I already mentioned, there is a lot of competition. SoFi's competition is basically the same ones here that are issuing the ratings. So the fact that a lot of these institutions and analysts consistently are very interested in SoFi, asking questions, because they are wondering, how are they having so much revenue? Why are they disruptive? Obviously, these institutions are trying to learn from SoFi without kind of copying them in some regard. So let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. But again, there is a lot of reasons why you need to buy. And I do anticipate post Q2 earnings, you're going to see a hell of a lot more analysts give a lot more ratings around the mid-teens. My own 2 cents, that's my thoughts on that. And as well, I just want to quickly give you this, because this has also been going up, institutions. And so I do actually stress quite frequently when it comes down to SoFi, the institutional backing, because that is very important, especially SoFi, like I said, is a very disruptive company. There is a lot of risk, but yet there is still a lot of institutions that are adding to SoFi. So currently there is 311 million shares being held by institutions, 194 by strategic entities. So overall though, I see a lot of positive things, and even more so, like I said, on the technicals. Technicals is my bread and butter. That's what I really like to do. And even on this, there's a lot of different reasons why there is kind of on a brink of a nice reversal. We just unfortunately have been encountering a lot of manipulation. And I know I say that quite a lot, but SoFi is a little bit more of an interesting case, and it's very true. There is a lot of manipulation happening, especially when we are gaining a nice momentum, getting to very pivotal points. Shorts increase roughly about 4% on those days. They are trying to drive the price down. They drive a lot of fear. And when it comes down to Anthony Noto buying as many shares as he can, that is a very big deal. Just want to quickly go back to Ortex and just break that down for you. Over the last 3 months, there's been $263,000 worth of sales from insiders, which again, most of that is associated with actual taxes. But looking here, $3 million. I would love to hear from anyone out there that can provide me with another company that has anywhere close to that, because hands down, SoFi insiders really believe in SoFi and know that SoFi is at a substantial discount. Again, there's so many reasons why you need to buy it, and I haven't even touched on the customer experience nor the fact of their actual products and what they're innovating on. I'm just merely talking on the stats and the statistics and the other points happening behind the scenes. So I'm more so looking at that. Again, I can do another video if you need or would like on the customer experience and the actual products, which again adds to the little bit more of a reasons why you need to buy. But hands down, just looking at the statistics alone and the data points and the technicals, this is all pointing to an amazing buying opportunity, especially if you do have a long-term time horizon. But with all that, let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to pop over to my Discord, link in the description below. It's a free chat, a lot of good people. And with that said, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.